to Americans, but it's not even government propaganda. It's criminal networks that have shut off the eyes and ears of even the government so they can get away with anything. My God, this is the biggest national security threat ever. The government has had a corporate, fraudulent coup d'etat within it, and these people are so greedy that John Corzine's making 40-to-1 bets with other people's money at MF Global and not getting in trouble. That's an example of how ruthless they are. Only Bernie Madoff got in trouble because he stole money from other globalists. The globalists have gotten to the point that they are literally above the law and are so dumb they thought they could arm al-Qaeda publicly to blow up Christian churches and shoot down aircraft with missiles we gave them. They are not going to get away with this, Tosh.
Well, the reason that they do that is that they have gone on a program through many different presidents, I would say, to sensitize the people so that we don't react. Then they can slide this through. In other words, what I'm saying, lead the people into a false sense of apathy. And apathy is what's destroying this country.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us on this Sunday edition. We'll be right back with more of this bombshell interview with the CIA whistleblower, Tosh Plumlee. I'm Alex Jones. Infowars.com is the website. Follow us on Twitter at @RealAlexJones.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level. Alex Jones here with a very important announcement. A lot of you asked me to come speak in your town or city. I would love to, but I'm so busy here in the trenches at the InfoWars Command Center, I'm just unable to travel. When my friends at Stansberry Research, one of the top analyst firms in the world, invited me to be part of a special one-day event in Dallas, Texas, I could not say no. You will hear from true experts like Porter Stansberry, T. Boone Pickens, Cactus Schroeder, Bill Murphy, Van Simmons, and myself, Alex Jones. I will be speaking on the fact that history is happening now. We are now at a critical juncture where more happens in a month than happened in the previous 10 years. I will also be breaking down the fact that a moral society is the only truly prosperous and safe society. May 31st, it's one day. The tickets will sell out. Simply visit AlexJonesDallas.com or follow the banners at Infowars.com. I have secured a discount for my listeners when you visit AlexJonesDallas.com. Again, that's AlexJonesDallas.com to secure your tickets for this one-time event, and I'll see you in Dallas.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and use promo code WATER to get 10% off their entire family of incredible products. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
You are obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
A lie. No man is obsolete.
You have no function, Mr. Wordsworth. You're an anachronism, like a ghost from another time.
I am nothing more than a reminder to you that you cannot destroy truth by burning pages.
You're a bug, Mr. Wordsworth, a crawling insect, an ugly, misformed little creature who has no purpose here, no meaning.
I am a human being.
Words, Mr. Wordsworth, that have no substance and no dimension, like air, like the wind.
I don't care. I tell you, I don't care. I'm a human being. I exist. And if I speak one thought aloud, that thought lives, even after I'm shoveled into my grave.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions that you inject into your veins to make you think you have a strength when you have no strength at all. You have nothing but spindly limbs and a dream, and the state has no use for your kind.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
I'm not going to waste time. Alex Jones here, back live. Here's more of Tosh Plumlee, the CIA whistleblower, and the Benghazi bombshell. We take a risk having people on the air like this. I'm not trying to toot our horn or anything, but if I told you all the stories of stuff I've seen, heard, the threats, the attacks, both physical and economic, there's a bunch of them going on right now we've uncovered. It's just you just learn to deal with it and you turn it over to God. Because here's the deal. We're going to have Tosh back on very soon to do a whole hour with us, not on this subject, but on all the things he saw in Iran-Contra and so much more. I know a lot of that's been gagged and sealed, but he is one of the main witnesses. All I know is they recruited heavily out of Texas, different government agencies, mainly out of the Army. So I've had quite a few family that did different stuff, some of it pretty senior and on the muscle end of things. And they all just said the government's totally evil and does horrible things. There's on the top, there's a light side and there's a dark side. And there's good people in government that are trying to do good, but they're less and less. And Tosh, I want to go to phone calls, but would you agree, though, that it's getting worse and that the light side in government is getting smaller? Or is it that the good guys just aren't able to get around the NSA now and the courts are so corrupt? I mean, or have things always been like this?
No, in my opinion, it's getting worse. That's one reason I re-engaged myself and got active in this, if you want to call me as a whistleblower or whatever, because as over the years, as I saw this heading in the direction, eroding the Constitution, losing our freedoms, watching the appointments of the Supreme Court, looking at the agenda, the secret agenda that these administrations have, watching the hundreds and hundreds of lobbyists have access to the White House. I can't even talk to my elected representatives because they won't talk to me unless I give them a whole bunch of wad of money. When I started seeing all this kind of thing, man, America is going down the chutes, man. We're losing our freedom.
By the way, I've talked to you off the air and your phone's clear, and you were clear during the break, and now you're distorted. They're definitely messing with your phone on purpose right now. Usually I say it's...
I know.
Not
this happened yesterday on Hagman and Hagman, too. Same thing.
Rodney in North Carolina, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. How you doing, Alex?
I'm all right. Go ahead. You got a question?
Yeah. All right. We know this government's treasonous. They're doing everything they can to go against the people itself. the Benghazi thing alone, I seen the video as the attack was going on live on Al Jazeera TV over there. I posted the video on Facebook, and it got removed, and I was told I was in violation of content. Now, how do we remove this government and put in a whole new government?
Okay, if that's your question, I have a simple answer for you. Which us old farts have really screwed things up as far as the political ramifications that are going on in this country. We need the young generation to get out here and get active. Study. Go out here. Find the answers for yourself. Do your own research and come to your own conclusion.
We could also have JAG military courts start to investigate the criminality, but they'd be arrested immediately. Computane, if I'm pronouncing it right. We're going to you in Arizona. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Alex.
Hey, brother.
Hey, I want to focus on methods and tactics that Tosh is experiencing. Based on his experience and observations on previous incidents, is there anything unusual with the methods and tactics that this racketeering government is using against him? And if he were in full control of the faculties and prepared to respond to an attack, are there major flaws in the tactics that are being used against him?
Well, that's a mouthful. I'm not sure how to answer the question.
Tosh, I think what he's asking is you say it's getting worse, but you've been doing this 50-something years, or just a famous contractor. How have things changed? And I mean, I think you're saying we got to have courage, speak up, and say no.
All right, here's the thing. The way I say it, okay, it's escalated. Okay, I'm just going to go back to Iran-Contra. I testified with Kerry. I got gagged on that. It was a classified committee sensitive, top secret. Then when I continued out and I wrote an article, I didn't write it, but a friend of mine wrote it out of San Diego Reader. I run drugs fronts with BAM. Named all the staging points, the aircraft IDs, the people involved, and everything else for the sole purpose to protect myself. I was called in front of the committee. I raised my right hand, and then they sealed committee sensitive. And then when I asked for a transcript, they told me, well, you don't have a classification or a security clearance, so therefore you can't see your own testimony. And then if I went out and talked about it, I could possibly be in violation of a national security statute, and I could receive up to 5 to 10 years in federal penitentiary. All right, the fact that I admitted that I was a cocaine smuggler into this country and taking U.S. weapons out of this country to a secret base in Santa Elena was pretty heavy information at that particular time. I was warned at that stop I had better not do this. I had better not go on. Anyway, there's a whole story behind all that. Okay, Senator Hart wrote a letter to both committees, and it's been posted on my Facebook page and it's been posted on the Internet. Bill Holden was Senator Gary Hart's security advisor. I contacted him and put all the maps and everything out for the sole purpose to protect me from going to a federal prison because I admitted that I'd flown cocaine, as much as 40 tons of cocaine, into this country on C-130. I admitted that, but it was a sanctioned operation supposed to be interdiction. The interdiction went to El Toro Marine Naval Air Station, and the evidence then was filtrated, and the drugs got out on the street. Also, at the same time, when we come back on those C-130s, we're flying weapons from the 82nd Airborne that went on maneuvers down in Honduras. Those weapons were taken off the GAO books as being destroyed and lost in airdrops. Those weapons went to an island off Panama, stored there, taken back to El Toro Marine Naval Air Station, and then transferred by truck to China Lake to be retrofitted, and then sent back to a drug runner's base known as Carl Quintero at Veracruz, where he was receiving $10,000 a month in CIA money to use his branch and air base as a refueling stop for the formation of the Southern Front.
Stay there. It's incredible. We'll do one more segment. The globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that